another story. Cause I got a story to tell.
Just this time, let go. Responsibility don't.
Let's talk about when I thought I was slick and snuck my ass out my house. I hope my mama don't watch this. Because if she watches, I might get in trouble. It's okay, she don't watch my videos. She told me she don't watch. Okay, so in high school, I was talking to this dude and I shouldn't be scratching my face. I was talking to this dude and it was cool or whatever. He was kind of popular. He was known more for like stupid stuff rather than being popular or whatever, but that's besides the point. So he was a big time DJ, like I'm just gonna do my party this and party that, and he was one of those people. I wasn't. I was the good girl and I was like, I listen and I don't want to party and that's not me and that's not how it works and blah 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 blah. So closer to the end of my high school career, I believe that's how it went. Closer to the end of my high school career, I was like, let's try. In high school, I tried to be rebellious, but I couldn't. Like, I was a weird child. I was such a weird child. So, there was a time when we just got back in school, it was September-ish, and, was it September? No, it was closer to June. Something like that. I don't even remember the timeline. Let's see if I even get this story accurately right. So there was gonna be a party and he just happened to be DJing this party and he was like, you know what? I want you there. Let's get it dealt with. Let's talk about it, whatever. So me like an idiot, I was like, yeah, I'll be there or whatever, because you know, you think it's love, but it's actually just dusting your ass. Like, it wasn't real. So the week before comes and you know I'm giving out excuses like, you know what, we're going to Mandarin and they're celebrating everybody's birthday that's in like July and August since we won't be seeing each other in these times. No, it was summer. It was the end of July and it's like we're celebrating all the July birthdays, and I started naming off everybody that I knew that was born in July, and I'm like, this one and this one and this one, and we're all going to Mandarin because Mandarin was close by my house. So yeah, that's how it all started. And I was like, are you sure? I said, yep. Yup, that's right. Yeah. So you know, got my sister involved and she was like, don't worry, I got you. It's like, alright, cool. So when it was supposed to start at like 9:10, mind you, I don't party. I never went anywhere as a teenager in high school. I didn't do anything. So me just being consciously aware of stuff, I was like, I went with two of my friends at the time. I was like, guys, let's go, let's do this. One of them, she didn't have to sneak out, but she lived too far, she wasn't gonna come, so it's just the three of us. And I was like, guys, it starts at this time, we need to be there at this time, because you know, I was all about being on time. I'm still this way. It's just how I am. Can't help it, can't fix it, can't change it. I just understand. So sorry, my hair is wet, so I'm gonna keep flicking it because it needs to dry. So we like all get out. I meet them at the mall. Was it at the mall? I don't even remember how we all met up, but I think they either met me at my house or we met at the mall, because the mall is in between everybody's house. They may have met me at my house because bus fare was steep back then. And I knew exactly where he lived because I'd been to his house before. That'll be another story time. But yeah. So we got together, we got on the bus, we got there. And we went and we're like, okay, we ready, we gonna do this. We get there, and if you I don't want to expose, but if you live in Toronto and you know the housing complexes in Jane and Shepherd, like by Jane and Shepherd, there's a whole bunch of houses and they just keep going until you reach a certain stop. I'm not gonna say where because I don't know who's watching me and I don't know who's listening to me, so I'm not gonna expose. But there's a whole bunch of houses, there's like a complex here and a complex here and a complex here, and they're all under the same address. Like the numbers of the houses just change, and it goes all the way down to Jane and Shepherd. If you know those houses, you know what I'm talking about. So we get there and we need to find this specific number, and I'm like, I don't even know exactly where this nigga house is because we went there once and we went through one side and came out the next side and ended up in front of a door. And when I tried to do it on my own, it didn't work. It did not work. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. So we Google searched it. Mind you, this was when data was just getting lit and everybody had a BlackBerry. BlackBerry? Yeah, BlackBerry. Because I still had my purple BlackBerry. Shout out to you, BlackBerry, for having my back at this time and giving me internet. So we went there. We couldn't find it for the life of us. 3 young girls in the dark at nighttime. Look, I need to give my friends names. Remote. So let me explain Remote to you. Remote was tall and skinny like my remote. And yeah, tall and skinny and popular and spoke to everybody, and that was Remote. And then I got a friend named, we're just gonna call her TV Stand. She was a little bit shorter. She was curvy or whatever, and all the dudes in school wanted her. So me, Remote, and TV Stand are out here trying to find where we're going, and we have no idea where we're going for the life of us. And they're like, Fitz-Ann, you're supposed to know where you're going. I'm like, I know the number. I Googled it, and it said it's here. So I don't know exactly which house, which door. So we walked one way, couldn't find it. We walked through the complex, couldn't find it. Walked back through the complex, couldn't find it. So we just stood outside for a little bit. And it's like, they're like, can't you call him? Can't you call him and ask him where it is? I was like, I don't know why I didn't. Probably because he didn't have a phone, or his phone was down, or some stupidness about some phone. Because, you know, that nigga was broke all the time. More stories to come. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why I didn't call him. Either his phone was down, or at this point he did have a phone, but his phone was down. I think his phone was down. 9 times out of 10, his phone was down. So we just kept walking back and forth. And we didn't notice that there was a house with some girls that were sitting down outside the house. Can you tell that me, TV Stand, and remote control were just dumb? We're just dumb children. We were stupid ass children. On road at 10:30 at night. Why wasn't I in my bed? Anyway. So, excuse me. We passed the house, and there was like girls that saw the outside of the house. And it looks like they kept seeing us go back and forth. And we're wondering where we were going and what we were doing. So they must have asked, like, at one point of going back and forth, they asked, and they're like, are you guys looking for the party at what and such address? And I was like, yeah, where's that? They're like, oh, it's right there. And it was legit in front of them. And we're like, we passed this house 74 times. How could we not have seen this? They're like, yeah, just go inside and like go downstairs. I don't know if it started yet. In my mind, I was like, what do you mean you don't know if it started yet? I lied to get out of my house. I have to be back at a certain time, at a certain hour. What do you mean it didn't start yet? It's almost 11 o'clock. So we go inside and go downstairs, and I see him, and he's like setting, he was set up and he was like testing, sound test or whatever, because you know DJ, I don't know, my little brother's a DJ, I don't understand it. So he was doing like his test or whatever, going through all that stuff, and like the music started. So we're like, okay, we're the only ones downstairs. So we're just standing there texting and taking pictures, and you know what girls do, but in high school versions of us. Yeah. So 1 and 2 people start flooding downstairs. Now we're like, okay, it's about to kick off. This was at 11 o'clock at night. We're like, mind you, we don't live in this complex. We don't live in this area. Here's a key note to hold on to. The bus that goes directly to my yard stops running at 1 a.m. Who's taking me home after that? See, remote control and TV stand could easily get to their house because they could get other buses that go around and go to their house. I live in the back of Woy Woy. Who was dropping me off? Sis. You know who's gonna drop me off? Because I don't know who's gonna drop me off. I have the bus. We're just not gonna address this. But so we get there and people start to flood in and it starts to get nice. And the whole time, remote control and TV stand just keep saying, go over there, let him know you're here. He's your man, isn't he? Go over there and stand up beside him. I was like, you want me to stand up beside a subwoofer speaker so it can deaf me and I can go home and not hear a word my mother says for the next 3 weeks? No, I'm blessed. He's working. Like, why would I want to impede my man's workflow? Do you know? Because I don't know. I don't know. You gotta tell me. I'm like, look, he's busy and it's crowded. Like, at this point, it's starting to get like full up. And the good songs were starting to play. And then I looked down at my watch, at my phone. I didn't have a watch. I don't even know how to read a watch. Don't judge me. I looked down at my phone. 12:34. And I was like, sis, we gotta go. They're like, why do we gotta go? I was like, our bus stops running at 1 a.m. How are we getting home? They're like, I mean, we can't. I was like, how are we getting home? Sis. So I just pick up myself and I was like, yo, where's my bus token? Mind you, the whole time we were in there, some dudes were trying to dance with these two and like brushing up behind me, and I was like, nope, can't do anything. The nigga is directly, he's where you guys are, and just like across the room staring at me. I was like, he's not even looking. But I mean, if he was to look up at me for 10 seconds and see that I'm bent over on one of his bridges, I don't think that would be a nice look. No. So I was like, nope. I will calmly sit here with my little prayer hands, not say nothing to nobody, and leave it at that. Yeah, we're not going through that. It wasn't gonna happen. Who told you that it was supposed to happen? So 1 o'clock, 12:45, we're like, okay, fine, we'll just get up and go. I was like, y'all, they were like, they might as well just get up and go. I was like, can you guys hurry up? Because if we miss the last bus and we can't reach into our yards, what are we going to tell our parents? What am I going to tell my parents? You tell me, because I don't know. So, come now, we run out and we just happen to catch the last bus. The last single individual bus. Catch the bus and it's a black bus driver and he's just looking at us like, why are you guys out of your house? Mind you, this was back in the day when teenagers weren't just on road gallivanting doing whatever they want to do. It wasn't like now. I'm not that much older than I perceive to be, but I mean, like, he's a black bus driver. He's concerned. So we get on the bus, we make it because this was the last bus. 12:53, I remember, because that's always the last bus to roll through my neighborhood. because once it turns around my neighborhood, it's going back to the station and it's not coming back out till 6 a.m. So we're on the bus and we're chilling, we're relaxing, and we're like, okay, finally we caught it, we're good, we're blessed. They get off, because mind you, they live ahead of me. They get off before me, so they get off at the mall and they go about their business. And mind you, they can walk with each other to go to their separate places of abort, but I still gotta stay on this bus. I'm on this bus, and I'm on this bus, and I'm sitting on this bus, and I'm sitting on this bus. And finally it gets back to my house, and I walk in and my dad is there, and he's like, oh hey, where were you? I'm like, I went to Mandarin to celebrate birthdays, July birthdays, with all my classmates. Yeah. See, my dad, if you don't have to lie to him, you can tell him the truth, but because I already told my mom this story, I'm trying to keep the story going. He's like, oh, okay. And then he just went to the room and went to sleep. Me, my sister's sitting out there, and she's like, what happened, what happened, what happened? Because she knows you. So I'm like, nothing. We just went, and we couldn't find where we're going, and here we are. But I'm like, I'm hungry. She's like, just don't make them see you eating because you told them you were going to Mandarin. I was like, that's true. So my mom made some corned beef and rice, and I just dealt with it real quick. And as soon as I was putting the last forkful of food in my mouth, my mom walks out. So how was it? Oh wait, I thought you said you went to Mandarin. This was where shit hit the fan, because I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to save myself. I'm drowning. Jesus, just throw the buoy down because I need some help. I need some help. And God was just up there like, sis, I'm not helping you. You did this to your damn self. So I'm just like, Lord, you gonna leave me? Like, I don't know what to do now. So I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. I just said the quickest thing that came to my head. I was like, yeah, I didn't eat much because I wasn't feeling very well. But I feel a little bit better now, so I've been eating. And I think sleep was all up here, so she wasn't processing them. She's like, oh, okay. Okay. She went. I was like, well, my butt is saved. My conscience isn't clear, but my butt is saved. Mind you, remember I told you this man was a DJ and I went out there to support my man? Why the next day I got a text, I thought you were coming to the party. Why didn't you show up? Nigga. The fuck? I was there. You stared at me for 10 seconds and then drank your little 1-2 drink and didn't pay me any mind, which I don't understand why he was drinking at 16, but okay, not my business, as long as it wasn't me. I was like, I was there. Me, remote, and TV stand were there. What do you mean you guys were there? I didn't see you. I was like, yeah, because you weren't paying attention to me. You were paying attention to the sis beside you. Mind you, he had a lot of female friends, which I didn't really care about, but I wasn't a fan of. He's like, oh, she was just my cousin. I was like, okay, yeah. You can stay with your cousin. You blessed. It's okay, sis. It's okay. But yeah, that was my story about when I snuck out my house for the first time in my entire life. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be coming with another story time soon. I'm finally getting videos in order. I've just been really crazy busy with school and with work and with life and trying to get everything balanced. But here we are. So communicate with me in the comments. Let me know what you guys like, if what you want to see, and I'll try to make that happen for you. I did this fall inspired look, which will be up soon if it isn't up already. So keep an eye out. So remember to subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when I post. Share this video with your friends. Show your mama, your cousin. Give them a joke. Let them laugh at me for being stupid as a 16-year-old. Leave a comment. I do comment back to all my comments. Sometimes YouTube filters them out and I don't see them, but I dig for them and I answer them. So talk to me in the comments. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, guys. I'm breaking stuff already. You see how this works? This is what my life is. I just break stuff. I'm just breaking stuff all the time, breaking stuff. Okay. Excuse me. That was nasty. And so, I am so tired. It's only 9 o'clock. Is it 9 o'clock? It's 10 o'clock. It's almost bedtime. But,